Let's get into it. Sold Not For Sale podcast. We got Joe Rogan talking about another guys. I just did a video about a comedian, people trying to cancel him, Tony Hinchcliffe, because he told a joke. Before that, I was talking about Tyler Fisher, how Delta canceled him, and he's been canceled many times because he told a joke. Now we have Andrew Schultz being canceled, not because he told a joke, but because he decided to support and interview Donald Trump. Yes, sir, that is what's happening right now. We're going to have Rogan talk about it, and then I'm actually going to play Andrew Schultz talking about it on his podcast called Flagrant. I always mess that word up. If you haven't seen that podcast before, definitely check it out. It's amazing. Let's get into the Joe Rogan clip first, of course.
Black privilege show, right? Or Mexican privilege. In this guy's case.
They should have had him open the Trump rally instead of Tony.
That would have been amazing. That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
I think he performed in front of Andrew Schultz's special.
Yeah.
I think he did.
You know,
or at least Andrew used his song.
I mean, what they did to Andrew was wild as well. Did you follow this?
It was fascinating. But again, had the opposite effect.
Yeah.
You know, so that was this Brooklyn theater. They found out right after he did the Trump podcast, 3 hours later, they pulled his special. Like, he was supposed to be filming a special there. He'd already done a walkthrough of the theater, like approved the theater. They were going to sell tickets, and they pulled it. And it's just a political thing.
But what do they, these, I'm assuming business people, right?
Yeah.
What the f*** do they think they're achieving by doing that? They think they're going to suppress his special?
Yeah, they think, well, no, they know he'll do it somewhere else. He's big enough where it doesn't matter. Andrew can do anything. You know, he's huge. So he could go anywhere else. Every other place would be happy to have him. But they take a stand. You know,
they're signaling to their audience.
Yes, they're signaling to their community that people don't feel safe. You know, because it's you know, it has the opposite effect. It just makes Andrew bigger. People find out about it. They get outraged. They can't wait to get tickets for his new place. So he's going to go to a new place that's bigger and better, and the special will be even bigger.
Good. Yeah.
He's an undeniable guy.
Totally.
Yeah. There's certain people that are just undeniable forces. They're undeniably talented, and they'll find a way through all of this stupid. Tony's one of them.
Yeah.
He's undeniable. He'll make his way through this and be better than ever. But this attacking that they did with Andrew, it just was so ineffective, and it just made him bigger. But it wasn't really attacking. They just said they don't want to be a part of it, which I guess if it's your theater and you just have this decision and you want to do it and it's not really going to harm him, it's just going to, if you understand the publicity effect, what it's going to do is the opposite. It's going to make this person who just interviewed Trump even more popular. Like, go have at it.
Did you have a lot of pushback after you had Trump on?
I have no idea. I don't pay attention.
That's a smart thing to do.
It's the only way to do it. I've adopted that a long time ago, and I wasn't going to change it for Trump, for the Trump interview. I'm not paying attention. I don't know.
So that's what happened with Andrew Schultz. They canceled his special 3 hours after the Trump interview. I'm going to let Andrew explain that to you guys. It's a ridiculous story, and they keep on doing this. But I'm going to show you who the CEO and president of the company that's trying to get rid of him. We'll get into it. Listen to this, though.
So it was an awesome interview and everybody loved it. And then a day later, Dove was like, oh, by the way, the venue you're going to shoot your special in canceled your shows.
No, damn it. I waited.
Within 3 hours.
Dog, after we interviewed him, before the episode comes out, he goes to the venue. Everybody leaves. It's on Schultz's special team. All of them have to go to the venue, check it out. So I assume everything is good.
People flew in for this.
Oh, yeah. So we've had these venues locked in for months now, something like that. It's not like we might do it here. It's booked. It's ready to go. We're going on sale this week. We have the entire production team come out this is for the third time many of us are spotting the venue and looking at everything. We have the set design already curated. We're moving around seating plots, camera plot. It's ready to go. We're going on sale this week. And we get an email 3.5 hours out. After discussing with our board members, we don't think that it would be, there's email, you'll bring it up, but don't show any emails off. But it was BAM, Brooklyn Academy of Music, which is a venue they've shot tons of specials in. And 3.5 hours after the interview, they canceled shows. So yeah, let's see if we can show the thing. Read the exact email, because they're canceling my shows, but they're also begging Live Nation to not cancel future shows with them. They still want business, but they're not this guy. Now, I don't know if it's a Trump interview, but The day before it came out, we were ready to go and we were going on sale this week. And 3.5 hours afterwards, we get this email.
Yeah.
First off, I want to thank you for thinking of BAM for Andrew Schultz's upcoming comedy show. We are always excited when promoters consider our space for their events. After some internal discussions with leadership, it was decided that BAM is not the right fit for this show at this time. That said, we really do appreciate you reaching out. We'd love to work with you in the future and for future events that might be a better match for BAM. So if anybody has a venue, if you've got a venue for us, that'd be really great. I'd really love to shoot this special, and that'd be really awesome.
The irony is this is your most personal special.
Yes.
Like, it's not as political as that. It's you and your journey.
Yeah, but also what's interesting about it is that, again, they canceled it 3 hours after the interview came out. So before the liberal media spun it in liberals' favor. Yeah. So if they waited 2 days, they get the hero.
You're a darling
of the liberals.
You just got to send them. Be like, I laughed in it.
So what actually happened is the liberal media did try to spin it, and they were like, oh, this comedian, they didn't even name him or anything. They act like they don't know who he is. They said this comedian laughed in Trump's face, and it was this thing that they were really gloating over, right? But the venue didn't see it that way. Brooklyn, as soon as he said Brooklyn, I was like, oh, okay, never mind. Somebody with a nose ring and 2 spacers that are this big just said, no, that's Joe Rogan's friend. He interviewed Trump. No, it's New York, obviously. Goes without saying. So that's what happened with Andrew Schultz. And this is just another example of these comedians deciding to do something, just deciding, hey, this is what we're going to do. This happened to Theo Vaughn when it came to RFK, having episodes pulled off, having misinformation, this, that. They just kept on getting at these guys. They keep on doing it. Tyler Fisher is a huge Trump supporter. And all of a sudden he makes one joke and they find a reason. And now all of a sudden he's on a no-fly list, like as if he's some kind of terrorist or he's done something violent. It's just... Now Andrew Schultz, he can't film his special. They keep trying to hit these comedians where it hurts, or at least where they feel it will hurt the most, which is their money. They can't actually tell them, hey, don't support this person. They can't come out and say, Andrew, if you take down that episode with Trump, we'll do your special. They can't do that, because if he comes out with that email, it's a crazy story. But they can just say, we just figured it's just not the right fit. Let me tell you something. When someone gets canceled, when a show gets canceled, it never goes to that point that Andrew Schultz just said, where they have the set curated, they're walking through. It's the 3rd time he's been there. Obviously, it's 3 hours after the Trump interview. It was because he interviewed Trump. It's because he's a supporter of Trump. He talks positively about Trump all the time. He talks negatively about Kamala Harris all the time. And I'm sure Live Nation had no problem with it, because this gentleman right here with this mask on, with Jill and Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, this gentleman right here is the CEO and president of Live Nation. So I'm sure he had nothing to do with what's happening with Schultz. I'm telling you, man, these people, I'm being very specific. These people will reach down as far as they can in order to disrupt their opponents. We've seen it time and time and time and time again. And all they had to do is tap on this guy's shoulder and have this happen to Andrew Schultz, because it was another massive podcast that decided to interview Trump, and she can't handle doing interviews on these massive platforms. So they decided to hit Schultz where it hurt the most and get his special canceled, which is very sad. But he'll be just fine, just like Rogan said. It's just crazy that this keeps happening time and time and time again. For jokes, they're making jokes. They're just interviewing presidential candidates. Who wouldn't do that? If Kamala came to Andrew Schultz and said, I want to be on your podcast, he would do it. Rogan wants to do it. Lex Friedman wants to do it. All of these podcasts are like, we will interview you. Please come by. And she never shows, because they know they can't even go to them and say, can you just ask these questions? They can't even do that because they know they'll get outed. This is not the same propagandized taking marching orders from the NSA and agencies, that media that they're used to, that mainstream media that they're used to. This is different. These guys aren't going to take those marching orders. So you can't control them that way. They're not a part of the club. So what do? You end up getting them canceled as much as you can. Wild stuff. But shout out to Andrew Schultz. He'll be just fine 100%. I'm sure this will make it even bigger, even better. And honestly, stop doing specials in New York. I don't care if you're from New York. I'm going to be straight up with you. I don't care if you're from New York. Okay, Andrew? Go to Texas. I'm in Tennessee right now. Come to Tennessee. They will open arms. Open arms, brother. Go to Austin. Are you kidding me? How's he not? Do it in the mothership. Find a state. Come on. What are you doing? I'm going to do it in New York. Yeah, I'm getting tired. The fact that Andrew Schultz even lives in New York still. They're still wearing double masks. Let me tell you something, guys. They're still wearing double masks. Okay? They're still in their cars with gloves on. Okay? I'm just saying. Why are you even still there? It's ridiculous. Anyways, guys. Like Andrew Schultz is ever going to see this. Anyways, guys, like, subscribe, turn on the notifications. Helps the channel tremendously. And other than that, I'm out.